Welcome back to another trailer review with your boy, Will Reactions. So today we're going to do Civil War. Okay, now I know I'm late. I think this trailer's been out already now for a few weeks, maybe longer. But I just started my reaction channel, so what are you going to do? Sorry. I'm excited for this one because I'm a huge Alex Garland fan. You know, it's not saying anything that unique. Love Ex Machina, love Annihilation. I actually haven't seen Men yet, but it is on my list, and I'm going to be watching it soon. And then I know, 28 Days Later that he wrote. So I'm a big fan of his mind, I guess. It's just the way he does sci-fi. Just it seems thoughtful. It's not purely for entertainment purposes, although he does entertain with his movies. Now, I am also aware, before I watched this trailer, that he recently came out in some interviews and said that he's retiring from filmmaking because he doesn't have the love for it. Of course, I, like everyone else, am hoping that his lack of love for filmmaking didn't, assuming that it started to degrade while making this movie, that it's not seen in the making of this movie, that you can't really tell from this. Now, I understand losing your love for something that you loved at one time, especially filmmaking, because I'm a filmmaker myself. I have a filmmaking channel here on YouTube where I release a short film every month and some vlogs and that sort of thing. You can see that channel on the link somewhere on the screen. But I understand losing a love for filmmaking because, to be honest, filmmaking is a lot of damn work. It's a lot of work. It's very, very time demanding, and it demands a lot of your emotions, a lot of your mental state, a lot of your emotional state, and a lot of time, months, years. And then if you put all that into it, when it's all said and done, and you don't really get a reaction you hope to get from people or a response, it takes so much out of you, even if the response is really good. So I'm now that I make my own films, I understand why filmmakers sometimes don't come out with films. They only come out with films every so many years. They come out with it every few years. I don't know how guys like Martin Scorsese are so productive. I don't know how they just streamline these films constantly. But I understand the average filmmaker who can only come out with a film once every 5 years or something like that, or even longer than that, like in Alex Garland, for instance. But I get it, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm hoping that this film doesn't really display that, and we're able to just have a really good Alex Garland branded film. So let's go ahead and jump into this. And yeah, let's see what we think.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The future president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
I guess aware there's a pretty huge civil war going on all across America.
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens? We're moving to D.C. today.
We need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death.
Bloody.
Every time I survived a war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? Well, you're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
The Western forces will reach the White House on July hanging back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America.
Wow. What genre is this? Is it, I know he does like sci-fi and horror, you know. Is this, let me see. Civil War movie genre? War, horror, science fiction, drama. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I think is so dope about what I just saw is it first of all has like a very Alex Garland tone to the acting and just it feels like the pacing of feels like it has a real Alex Garland tone and pacing of scenes and that sort of thing. I think it's really dope idea because to be real, like as we all know, there's been a lot of talk over the years of how social media is changing us and how we've never been more divided as a country. And I think about that pretty often as well, especially whenever you go on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, and you just see the division that exists. And it just seems to be such a stark transition. Like we can't even share social media platforms. It's like every social media platform becomes so divided. Oh, this is where conservatives hang out or alt-right hangs out, and this is where liberals like to go, and there's always just this divide. And it's being talked about more and more and more, and it seems to be increasing. And he basically makes this, I don't know if it's going to be a warning type of movie or kind of just playing on the fear that is rumbling underneath the surface for us all right now. So the movie is particularly scary in that way, and interesting in that way, and relevant in that way. Whereas I think maybe 5 to 10 years ago, a movie called Civil War, we would assume, and it would more than likely be a period piece, right, on early America, but now it's pretty modern. I hope we don't go into a civil war. It's one of the things I'm pretty passionate about, is that we have to be able to talk to each other. We have to be able to disagree. We have to stop assuming the worst about each other because we share different views. We have to stop living in exaggerations. We have to stop that. It is possible for people to hold views and for them not to be slipping into the most extreme conclusion of that view. So often we see people do that to each other. It's like, well, if you hold this view, then, and I know what the extreme conclusion of that view is, therefore your view is equal to the extreme conclusion, which is not. So this movie is pretty, it seems like it could be a warning of where we might end up being. Also, from like a creative standpoint, it seems to be playing on a similar theme or tone that made Walking Dead successful early on, which is this idea, like obviously the world goes to zombies, it goes to hell, and now civilized society is gone and it's everyone against each other. And I know it's not just like a Walking Dead thing. I know pretty much any zombie flick would have that, or any zombie idea would have that. For instance, like not just Walking Dead, but Book of Eli is another example. 28 Days Later, as we mentioned, and so on. So he does have a little bit of experience writing stories like that. So anyhow, yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. Really excited to watch it, and I think it's gonna be dope. And I know there's other trailers. I'm gonna check them out. But all right, y'all. Thanks for coming out once again. See you on the next reaction. Bye.